Good evening, gentlemen. I was going to say ladies and gentlemen, but the likelihood, oh no, the
What?
connection was disconnected from Rumble. I tried something new with Rumble tonight because supposedly they're supposed to do this like forever live stream URL, so I don't have to like go in and create it each time, and it doesn't work.
Weird.
Well, I mean, it's Rumble, so we'll know that those 8 guys that are over there. Well, 8.
Yeah.
I think 8 is a little bit optimistic.
Yeah.
But let's take a moment and comment about how good Joe's background looks.
Yeah.
That thing looks awesome.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
Joe, tell us, what company is that?
Gun peg board, I think.
That's not a real. Yeah. There's no way that's a real thing.
Google it right now. Gunpegboard.com.
No.
You sounded like Ron I'm Ron Burgundy?
Yeah, dude. I am questioning myself. I'm just saying.
Gunpegboard.
Gunpegboard.com.
Yeah. Yes.
Gunpegboard. Holy cow.
Yeah, it was okay. So I'm probably going to do a video, so I'm going to ruin it for everybody. But
Robert first says, "Me like Joe's wall."
Yeah, me too. So I didn't even reach out to him and tell him that we're thin line defense or nothing. I just went on and spent my own money. I wanted to see what the process is. And they give good discounts. They give veteran and first responder discount, which are cool. Or if you buy a package deal, they give you a discount on everything that you buy. And it was the cheapest that I could find. Everything was in stock, and all of the little pieces that you like hang a bunch of stuff on are like $5 to $10, and they come in packs instead of like $20 for one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can talk prices, right? I can say prices.
Yeah. Zach Fett real quick says, "Where the heck is Joe? He's in his basement."
Yeah. Same.
I'm in my basement. I'm
sitting
sitting low.
Like, he made a scene for his whole. He's going to be a professional YouTuber one day.
So look, watch. Like, it's either vertical gun sitting up here everywhere. Like this whole thing, this whole wall right here, it's 2 different kits and 2 vertical ones or horizontal ones. That was $500, and then this one over here, the 2 pieces, the horizontal, and then the hooks for that was $110, I think. So I'm like, if you count everything, and anything over $50 ships for free.
Oh, so that's cool.
Yeah, that's
a win. Powder coated?
Yes, I want to say yes. I mean, it had a coating on it. I think it's powder coating, but you can scratch it. And I think,
did you ask permission?
Permission for what?
I don't know. He said, "Did you ask permission, Joe, for the wall?" I'm guessing
to the wall, to the wife, to the company. I don't. No, to answer your question, no, I didn't ask anybody permission.
None of the above.
Yeah, none. And it all shipped, like I ordered it on the weekend and it shipped like next day. I got it within that week. It was pretty easy to hang, but you have to do 6 holes per
panel
per piece. So there's a lot of holes in that wall.
You got to peg it 6 times?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot of pegging.
I know.
All right. And this live chat was removed from Rumble. Okay, noted. Yeah, okay. Got some odd notification about that.
So Croak had a question, but I'm wondering if Joe's answered it already.
What was the question?
He says, "Is Joe using his potato phone or a PC tonight?"
Oh, he got a new phone. Yeah, he got a new phone.
He got a new phone.
It's fancier. That's why.
Look at this, Maurice Barlow. Hello, you guys rock. Classic Joe. What's up, buddy? Hey, Prepared Mindset Podcast. What's going on, brother? He says, I can only do a single hole at a time. I'm only a man. You have fingers. God gave you fingers.
Yep. For a reason.
Yeah.
And toes.
I'm talking about holding nails. You can hold.
Yeah.
If you do it right.
I count 22 digits.
The Vulcan grip, and you could do 2 nails at a time.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
And what's crazy, you see that workbench right here? So the phone is sitting on a workbench. So I bought a workbench and a cool stool. Look, I got a cool stool now down here.
Doc Cypher says, tonight on TLD Live, gun pegging.
But it looks awesome. And I've wanted to hang the M1 Grand on the wall forever. So this satisfies that for right now until I move it upstairs. That will move upstairs.
It seems like that light, the light you have is a little bright though. Like it's kind of like
I know because I need to put one over. I need to put one over this bench.
Move it forward.
Yeah.
Look
I do need to play with lighting.
Joe wins the background game tonight.
Thank you.
Are you gonna do? And I know we joked about it, but you talked about with Sean. Are you gonna do any like the cool LEDs and stuff behind it? Stuff.
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna do some lighting stuff. But okay, so this is how my day went. I went to work all day. I had to go pick up my Jeep. Then after the Jeep, I had to go pick up boots. Then I came home, swapped for my truck. Right? Yeah, swapped for my truck. Went and picked up the workbench and the stool. And then this pegboard right here had come in. I got back to the house at 5 o'clock. This has all been done since 5 o'clock, and I ate some frozen pizza.
Nice.
So
that's a busy day, my friend.
Yes, it's quite a day.
It was the last couple hours were frantic, but I got everything set up.
You gotta have it ready.
Doc Cypher says, "Looks like it would work for tools too." Jokes aside.
Yep, it does. If you go to their website. The holes in it, so the slots in it are for all the gun stuff, but the holes in it, they're individual holes that can hold normal, actual pegboard things that you buy.
I'll take a moment. Like I love our viewers because they're just like the same sass we would give each other. Like,
yeah.
Joe,
I'm not taking any of it. I'm going to take it all serious.
Joe's done and gone Martha Stewart on us.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be a professional.
Dude, I have my bow up there. Look.
Look at this, man.
It's up there. I'm all excited.
Nick Jepson said, "Week 3 in the gym. Ran my first 2 mile the other day. Congrats, buddy.
Hell yes.
Awesome. Yeah, that's
dude.
Most people
2 miles nonstop. What pace?
Yeah.
What pace are you running at?
He's like the not dying pace.
Yeah, he was
at the not dying pace. That's the pace.
Dude. It doesn't matter if it's 4 minute or 4 mile an hour. It doesn't matter as long as you're moving. You did more than I did in the last 3 weeks. I can guarantee you that. I haven't done crap.
Not me though.
Yo, you been running?
Oh yeah, a whole bunch of
good for you, dude.
Lifting too. I actually got back into lifting pretty heavy again, so I'm super excited.
Good for you.
Joe's been busy. He's been trying to develop patches for us.
No, I haven't. I have done zero work on that.
That's right. He's been busy. He does have the artwork though, so he's on it. He said,
I do.
Well, I got the artwork sent to me through Facebook Messenger. Yeah. Let's use that.
Yes,
that's a terrible idea. That's absolutely a horrible idea.
We can give you the real. We'll give you.
If only we had a guy that did this full time. If only we had that.
I wish we had a guy who did.
If we had a guy that could do like TLD full time,
we should hire one.
It would be amazing.
I wish we had that.
Walsh, you know what you should do? You should stop making videos and just order patches.
Yeah.
Just switch it over. We'll make a total of $3 and then use it for shipping. Hey, I did get an update. Some people were following along. I had some Gundalf and Jimmy t-shirts made by Custom Cat. We did I think I mentioned that before. We did a sweatshirt swap with Elliot Delt. So he had a test version of the one we were doing. It looks awesome. So all the quality looks good. There's one small tweak I'm doing on some of the art for the Honey Badger, and then we'll be able to load up the whole store. I gotta do a bunch of Shopify stuff on just a bunch of back end nonsense, and I'm gonna have some better shirts for us and everything else.
So Croak needs me to share something.
Flags, yay, nay.
I don't think they do that. I have to check and see.
I hate that.
I'll try and see.
Already.
I'll try and see. I doubt it.
Croak said,
"Oh my goodness."
He might make this for me. It has "I'm trustworthy" along the chin area. And he says in Discord, I'm thinking Jason needs to mask up on anniversary/milestone chats.
Oh, that would be so
good. I would do it.
Yeah. Can you do the red marks that are on? I think you just have to do it afterwards. The marks that are on the normal mask. I'm sure you can.
We talked about that as a joke. I might do that. I probably will do that eventually. I still have my mask where in the middle of a video, especially if something really irritates me, I'd be like, oh man, hang on guys. And I just step away and I come back with the mask on. And I'm just like, this is the biggest pile of dog shit I've ever dealt with.
I think that brings up, it's something we talk about too, and we did see I saw some videos I shared with Jason. I think it's a Brass Facts video about like how YouTubers get paid, and I think I had some conversations with them, and had some conversations with Jason, and it was just interesting that like in the end, it's so hard where even he talks about like why we don't see bad reviews, and for us it's like, why am I going to spend like some of these videos take like 30 hours, so it's like, why am I going to spend 30 hours just like saying something sucks? Why don't I just get something else and just show you something that I want you to see instead of what I don't?
Doesn't suck. Yeah.
And that's what it comes down to, is like, why waste that kind of time? So it's interesting to see someone else's perspective when Jason and I have talked about it so many times of like, and we don't do the only negative reviews are when they're so unbelievably bad. It's like laughably bad. Or like
the Animan or Scope Switch.
Scope Switch. Yeah.
Like the world needs to know.
Or spitting raisins.
Yeah.
Because F them.
Yeah. If the product you have is so bad that it made you emotionally angry, then yes, you can send it to me. I will do a video and send it back to you.
Good. I'm going to send you something. Wasn't that Attack Pack? That IFAC thing that I bought? Remember? Was it from Attack Pack? I have their card.
Oh, I think it was from Attack Pack. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. How do I mount that to my belt? Like, there's no way to mount it. It's just a bag. There's no sleeve that goes around the outside to mount to something that I can pull the bag out of.
Go get it.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Where is it?
We don't know.
We've never
seen it upstairs. Oh, the IFAC.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, normally there's a sleeve around it that mounts to your belt, and you pull the IFAC out, right?
Yeah. Is there a piece you're supposed to order for that?
Dude, there's nothing that goes around the outside. Just the bag. What am I going to mount that to? Hopes and dreams. That's what I'm going to mount it to.
Yeah.
Well, wrap it around tightly then.
Dude, I'm trying so hard not to curse right now. Yeah, just hopes and dreams.
So it is funny because that's like the things that start videos.
Prepared Mindset said Jason broke a helmet. Took like 5 minutes. Took way too long. Yeah, way too long.
It did.
It was funny.
I was like, do you know what it reminded me of? Napoleon Dynamite. We were trying to bust that Tupperware ball.
Well, it's like
the brother.
People were mad that I didn't break the Ops Core helmet, and I'm like, "There's no, I'm not doing that."
No.
Well, I guess it is a good. I mean,
it would have been funny if you put it under your van wheel and backed up and just went, "Dang it!" and drove off like Napoleon Dynamite.
And it is. They are just bump helmets, but some people brought up in the comments like it's a good example of, they can look just as good, but in the end, like they're not of the same quality. Even you mentioned too, you're like, hey Walsh, like they look the same and the pads kind of the same. Like that's the biggest thing I noticed was the pads. The Emerson pads are just like hardened plastic, where the OpsCore one are actual, like you're not gonna like crush your skull.
Oh, this is good. CCW 22LR says, "What's the story behind the I'm trustworthy sticky note? I love that part of your intro." Someone commented that we got a lot of comments when I was wearing the mask about I can't trust someone that wears a mask when they're doing reviews. And I was so I did an intro for one of my videos one time, and I was like, "Hey, some people, I want to like clear the air. I got this figured out." And I just like slapped the I'm trustworthy sticker on my face.
Yeah,
I was like,
and did half the video for it.
Like half the video was like says I'm trustworthy, and then it just ended up on the background. Like for a bunch of videos, it just said I'm trustworthy in the background. So it was a joke.
That was awesome.
People being people on the internet, then just losing their minds about it.
Nick Jepson, my daughter's name is Emerson, and you just said that, and she's like, "Hey, he said my name. Hi, Emerson.
Hey, he broke my helmet.
Hi.
He broke my helmet."
Yeah.
Hey, I like to comment above that, asking if Welsh have painted the blanket yet.
Yeah, 076 Liberty.
There you go.
Have you painted the tactical emergency blanket yet, Walsh?
Listen, it is on the schedule. You guys should be happy.
You better roller paint it. Roller paint it. None of this spray paint crap, dude. Rollers and a paint tray. I mean, whole 9 yards.
Oh, dude, how funny would this? That's a great short. Where you just have this like giant silver blanket out, and you're like, "You bastards!" and it shows you like rolling
it. Yes, dude.
And then like
trying to do patterns.
Oh my God. Yes, guys. It is at least on the schedule. I don't know if it's going to stay there, but there's a lot of like, so that kind of comes into that's a fun one though. So sometimes we get to do fun videos. That's definitely one of them. But we have a lot of really cool stuff to show you. So it's like, hey, is that the number one thing you guys want to see between night vision and optics and guns. You guys want to see painting a Mylar sheet with paint.
Just a short. Just do a YouTube short on it.
Yeah, I just want to see your suffering.
Do it. I have a Mylar blanket.
No.
Nick Jepson said, she said hi. Thank you. You guys just made the 3-year-old's day. Oh, that's awesome.
Aww.
That's why we try not to curse.
What was our other video we did this week?
You're the only one that cursed today.
I know.
Yeah, you did.
Dang it.
Oh, the IWI. The beginning just BS.
I forgot to do the intro. Walsh was like, "What do you? Why did it go twice?
Did you do it 2 times?
I don't know. You know what? It wouldn't be a TLD live chat
if we did it right
without technical difficulties.
Yeah,
I'm sure I messed something else up. Yeah, YouTube Roundup. So this is a part of the show where we talk about our videos this past week. So we did have the bump helmet comparison. I will say, the comparison between ABS plastic and carbon fiber, obviously not very good, but you're paying a lot more for that OpsCore helmet to get that carbon fiber. Is a lot more comfortable. People were angry though that I didn't break the OpsCore. I'm like, if you were to send me an OpsCore helmet for free, I will break it happily.
Yeah,
I'll figure out a way to do it.
What isn't there a Team Wendy bump helmet also? Because people were commenting about that too, like, oh, the OpsCore is way too expensive. The Team Wendy one's easier, is way cheaper. I'm like, I don't know if it really is.
I don't know.
I don't know.
12 Bravo, that wouldn't happen with StreamYard.
Bravo, you're my hero.
They know the joke.
For you, buddy.
Did you, Joe? Did you like that short that I ran last week? Where it was it was basically
talking crap about StreamYard.
Yeah, this is basically our live chats are basically a commercial for StreamYard.
Yeah,
I love that.
It was funny. I was laughing.
Prepared Mindset Podcast. I'm here for the blanket party.
The what?
Zion. Yeah, the IWI Zion video.
Yeah. So I want to say my biggest thing I didn't notice. Like I think the biggest eye-opening moment was doing the comparative market. Like when guys, I think we had asked the viewers like, hey, what would you want to see in gun reviews? And they had kind of given us some categories, and one of them was comparative market. And when we did the Piston Carmel, I was like, okay, yeah, there's some comparative market stuff like that. But it wasn't really until I did the Zion where I was like, dude, there's nothing even close to this in the price range with even half these features. Otherwise, you get like a Daniel Defense 18-inch whatever for $3,800, which is face punchingly stupid with nothing. Like no, it's just a mil-spec trigger.
I thought I had the Geisley trigger.
Oh, even then, that's probably worse. But
that's worse.
It's probably worse. But it's just there was nothing magical going on with those. When you look at them, like it's just a 16-inch gun with a longer barrel for $4,000. Like, good grief! So I was super impressed with the Zion.
The one thing that a lot of commenters brought up, because you had talked about how much you like that rail, and we found it. CMT does make the rail. It is a little pricey. It's like $250. I did find it on sale. It was out of stock, but I found it on sale at Primary Arms for $199. So if you guys are interested in one of those CMT ARCA rails, M-Lock rails, you could find them around $200 on sale.
It's such a hipster rail. No. Like I fully expect Walsh to love that rail.
No, because I thought you would really like it because the bottom is like, I thought that was Joe's selling point, to be honest with you. Like the ARCA, okay, cool, yeah, ARCA, whatever. But like the fact that the whole bottom is just like this flat level surface and not like rounded or doing goofy things, because putting it on a bag is just like, there you go. It's just going to sit there. It's awesome to shoot off the bag.
Maybe. Like I might actually really like it, but I don't want to jump on a bandwagon. You know what I mean? Like
$250 for that rail.
Probably not. No.
Yeah. I think that's adds even more value to the Zion SPR when you realize the handguard costs $250. Yeah. You're like, okay, it's a $1,200.
But if you're shooting, okay, let me back up a little bit. If you're going out and like you're shooting farming in tall grass, so you're on a tripod all the time, I can 100% see doing that.
But I don't even.
I would buy that for that.
Joe loves shooting on the tripod.
I wouldn't even say a bipod. What's interesting because you could still do the same thing with the bipod. So let's say you're at a position where you have a set of rocks or wherever you're at, you can just open up the bipod and be able to move in and out of that position without having to do anything. Like you don't have to mount it all differently or do all those special tricks or anything. You can just slide it right up and down the bipod. So
I would say for tall grass and going to the range, it would probably work great.
I did find, and I'm going to share it later.
Your favorite libertarian says, "These dang hipsters and their flat rails." Grandpa
right?
Joe, probably.
I did find that Expo Arms on Primary Arms. So if you don't know who Expo Arms is, they're kind of a Primary Arms branded offshoot. So you could find a lot of things that are generally cheaper, like a Geisley charging handle in Expo Arms brand for like normal people pricing. So they also make, I haven't got to play with it, an M-Lock ARCA adapter that you can add to anything. And I think it's like $30.
There you go.
So you can, I'm gonna try that and see how that compares.
CCW 22LR in Discord was talking about ARCA rails that can mount to M-Lock.
Yeah, and there are a bunch of those, but like I think the one I'm thinking of, there's a longer range company. I forget the name, Mountain something or other. Someone's gonna correct me, but they're expensive. Like I think the ones I saw were like 100, 120, just for an M-Lock adapter with ARCA on it. And I've always wanted one, but I was like, nah, forget it. But for $30,
yeah. That's that hipster crap that I'm talking about.
He said, CCW 22LR, the best feature is how quickly you can slide your bipod forward and back on the ARCA. It's a PRS thing. Danielle Bob says, "Oh, hey, I made dry fire practice. Didn't think I was going to get off work in time. Welcome."
No, nice.
You know what's funny is actually our AI that we use to cut up our live chats for shorts pulled that out of last week's live chat. So there is a short that I could post of us reading off Danny's comment from last week about his dry fire practice.
Dry fire on Walsh.
Yeah.
I like that he used it Walsh.
Well, I think it's funny because I'm the nice one, like the Danielle Bob thing. Like that came from Jason. Jason was like, "We don't care what your name is." Like he was,
because it was like HDJC.
I'm friends with all of our TLD family members, though. They all love me.
Yeah, that is true.
I'm friends with all of them.
We don't know why. Like
we tell people this all the time. I don't think
because they haven't met me in person.
Well, I don't think people believe us. We how many times did we say it at SHOT Show, Joe, where we're like Walsh is the nice one. He by far the nice one.
Yeah. And it is funny too. Like when we met Martin, he's talking to us at we keep bringing this up because I think it's probably one of our favorite things at SHOT Show. But we're at the Agency Arms booth saying hi to him, and he was like, "You guys are just like normal people." Like, yeah, dude, we're just regular morons. We are just total complete idiots.
To give you a perspective of like how much of a-holes Joe and I are, I would probably say that every day of SHOT Show, we did something to piss off Tim from Defense Mechanisms, Joe and or I. And Walsh was like the calming presence to like heal hurt wounds.
Okay, guys.
He was trying to be like, because Tim is obviously the owner of that company, right? It's blatantly obvious. And I think Walsh was like trying to be our dad. Like he was the dad of the group. And he's like, "All right, come on, kids.
Let's go."
Like without saying come on, kids, let's go. Like, yeah. It was hilarious.
So
we're like the 4-year-olds that don't have a filter. Why is your belly like that?
It's like do you know these guys? Are like,
No.
What happened to your head?
It's funny. I just met them like that day.
Yeah, it's really cute. Like we were talking with Bull, and it was like I'm hanging out talking to him, and then these two show up, and he's like, "Do you know these guys?" And it's like, "Yeah, I do."
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Hey, Dad, we found you! Like, oh, great.
Yeah. Are we
Nope.
admitting that happened? Yeah, I straight up took up my phone and I'm like, I tried to buy one of your guns 2 years ago and I couldn't. And guess what I have now? Look at it. And I was showing them my Prodigy. I'm like, that's what I shoot now because I couldn't get one of your guns.
Speaking of, Jason,
that was hilarious.
We're working on Jason coming out to visit.
Yeah,
and I think we're going to be able to. We're going to do some Prodigy versus some real 1911 goodness. I think that's what the plan is.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. That'd be fun.
Someday. It's a toss up between. I'd ask what the viewers want. Like, I can come out to Nebraska and do a bunch of cool videos with Walsh, or we might. I don't know if I could say it. Can I say it?
No, probably. I probably have to hold that one. I would hold.
There might be a factory tour of some company.
Some very cool type companies.
We'll see.
We're working on it. Yeah. So yeah. Depending on the dates, you either going to come out here or we're going to go out somewhere else together.
Paul Bravo says no. Walsh is a nice smarty. He has a sweet way of saying "f you." That is true.
That is true.
He does. He's the nicest. What are we saying? The nicest one.
I'm the nicest mean person you ever met.
Yeah. Yep.
CCW 22LR says, "What was the funniest moment of the whole trip?"
The water bottle. No, either the water bottle or the. Okay, because I'll say the water because Tim's kind of a big guy, and I think he prides himself on having some strength and having some. I think he's in a position of power in the most of his life. He owns the company. He kind of tells people.
He's like farmer strong, dude.
If he tells the people to go march around, they're gonna go march around. If you tell them to go walk around in circles, they're gonna walk around in circles. And there's Joe, right? There's Joe, full on body. Like his whole body is over the escalator, just in the middle of it, just rips the water bottle out of his hand and then just drops it at his feet and then just keeps going. Like doesn't say a word. Just like
no. The best part is Tim, the guy behind him who doesn't know him, is laughing at this, and Tim's walking down the escalators, is going up, and the bottle's like doing a slinky as it keeps rolling down the escalator.
And it was empty, so bouncing and making all kind of noise, and we didn't know it, but he was sick and couldn't talk at the time.
He couldn't talk. We find him later. Then later he's playing charades, and we're like, "Oh, Jason!" That's my favorite part too. He's like, "Oh, Jason's great at charades," and he's like, "Back in time? Oh, traveling back." Lever action. It's like revolvers. Like no. Then he's just texting me everything he's saying. I'm just like reading it aloud.
Yeah, I think Joe was the one that said that. We sat down at the thing, and Joe was like, "Are you? Oh, you can't talk. You know, Jason's really good at charades." And I totally played it off. Yeah, what is it? Oh, because we sent him a text like, "What?" We asked him, "What gun should we try? Like, what company should we try to talk to get a gun for review?"
And
he was like doing this, and it was like Back in Time, revolver, and he was like, "Oh, that was hilarious."
2011, 1911, revolver,
farther back in time, muskets.
He gets so mad, irritated.
Before we move on, though, I do want to say I did upgrade some pieces of the IWI Zion. I'll do a video on it later, but I added in a bunch of ambi controls and a bunch of other stuff that we'll be able to use when we test it out. So
this is a ploy, by the way, for those that are listening.
A ploy. What is the ploy?
Nothing. 076 Liberty says, "My wife says I'm the world's biggest a-hole sometimes, 60% of the time."
I want to say before you run me off into the next segment, I did the CMG ambi mag release.
Yeah,
they straight copy a different one. I don't want to say that. Like, okay, it's surprisingly.
Yeah, you're not allowed to say that anymore.
Yeah, I can't say it anymore. It's because they're going to be like, actually, this is the story behind it. So I don't know the story behind it. So the CMG ambi mag release is super close in design to the Norotos one, which is like $120, but the CMG one is like $30. Super nice.
Oh, so nice.
If you haven't tried it, you can get the cool little CMG logo on it and everything. I'll show that, but I've played with it a little bit. It's pretty sweet, so it's pretty good.
I have my CMMG shirt on right now underneath this.
You're like underneath this one.
Yeah.
Croak says, "Need to reach out to Stealth Arms and Oracle to see if you can get the Platypus in 2311." Yeah. And those are, I forgot which is which, but they're 2011s. One takes Glock mags, one takes Sig mags.
Platypus is Glock mags. 2311 is Sig mags. But the 2311 is a little more. It's pure ambi, unlike most 1911s. Okay. It's actually got everything on both sides, like full gas pedal, full release.
Kind of changing the subject. Did you see Magpul's P320 mags they came out with? The metal P320. I think they're called A17. Correct me if I'm wrong, folks that are. But three like 17 rounders was $90. Which I think the Sig ones are usually like $50 a piece, right?
Seems pretty good. Yeah, that's interesting. It'd be awesome.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anyway. Once he shoots the Echelon, he's never going back to the 320 anyway. So
Yeah.
Oh,
And
here.
that one I'm just going to buy. I'm tired of dealing with him.
076 Liberty. Prodigy versus Apollo versus Mac versus Stealth versus Tisas.
Which one's the Apollo?
Apollo isn't Apollo the one that Cajun
but
has?
I can almost guarantee you that the Prodigy is the cheapest one out of everything.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Crook says, yeah, Magpul wants that USGI contract.
I mean, people are going to want that because they're going to want to have Magpul instead of whatever SIG gives them. I will say, from the Glock mags, though, I think me and Jason talked about that. I played a little bit with the Bull Tomahawk. The Bull has these awesome wings that are on the Glock mag, and I don't like them because of the way they work better on the actual, like, getting it out of the gun or anything. But when I'm actually going to grab it from the belt, you can grab onto the sides of the actual mag way easier. It's just so much easier to get a purchase of everything. I was super surprised by that.
So really quick, your favorite libertarian says, as long as you don't crinkle your protein bar wrapper, Joe is super nice.
It was not, that was the whole bag. It wasn't like, if it was a wrapper, but it was like, guys, I have to throw away this body-sized wrapper here. Like,
in the trash can right by Joe while they're trying to record.
I just got to,
and I'm gonna shove it. I'm gonna crush the whole trash can in. I was like, are you serious? What are you doing right now?
Tisa 2311 is 1050.
Oh, that
we
ain't
saw
bad.
that at SHOT Show. I believe that they have a model that's under 1,000.
Okay, what's difference
between you held it at SHOT Show? The MSRP on it was like $999 or $989, something like that.
Really?
Yeah, it was like some I forgot where Tisa is, Brazil or something like that.
Okay. Now we have 20. Okay, I know 2011s are just staccatos, annoying marketing. And 2311s are Oracle's annoying marketing. But so if we see someone else do a 2311, does that mean it's just a SIG?
Yes.
2011.
I don't know. I don't know that. Is that the one that went downstairs on the last day?
I think so.
No way.
I think so.
That can't be $1,000, dude. That whole milled aluminum lower.
That was like JL Billet or something like that.
Yeah, dude. That gun had to have been $2,000 to $3,000.
Here's some Gerson. I don't know if this is the right thing, but yeah, this is like $900. It doesn't look.
Gerson? Is that like French?
Yeah, it doesn't look.
You say it like croissant?
Yeah,
only
you
with
say
a
it exactly like croissant, but you say Gerson instead.
Oh, croissant.
Gerson.
Excuse me.
Are we supposed to be doing Q&A right now?
Ad read.
Grim. Oh, I better mute these doofuses in the background. Grim Hunter Tactical Gear. I don't know if it's playing for you guys, but it's not playing for me, so it's just a black screen. We're talking about Grim Hunter Tactical Gear because those guys are awesome. A great place to go to get awesome custom gear if you want it. They do custom.
Awesome.
Walsh is saying no, they don't. Yes, they do. If you need stuff done, you can reach out to Chris over at Grim Hunter Tactical. He'll hook you up. But they make fantastic magazine pouches, probably the best elastic ones that I have. Go to grimhuntertactical.com. Use discount code TLDCO. We are so grateful for them helping keep the lights on here.
Yeah. So I love Grim Hunter too because they're like, hey, we love supporting the channel, but sometimes we don't do sponsorship because we can't get all the influx of orders that you guys send us. So it's awesome that we can help out them and their family too, but sometimes we drown them. But we love Grim Hunter. We've known them since the channel was what, Jason? We're at 300 subscribers. Less than 300 subscribers. So they've been a great company and somebody who we love to support, and they're just good people. So if you want to get some of the best pouches that are out there in the market, elastic mag pouches, like Jason said, they're great. They were also in, I know we mentioned this last week,
Recoil magazine.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a copy of that magazine to get it signed by them. I think that would be cool. They might have a cool thing on a background. Yeah. Maybe get one for Joe and his little background there.
Ooh, that'd be cool. Signed we do have Q&A. I do have a couple questions prepped for the team and for the viewers. And I especially like it when I prepare. So I do have a couple thought-provoking questions for the group, and I've kind of gone more down a survival type of thought process here with the survival polls that Walsh has been doing. Question number 1, what knowledge and stories would you prioritize preserving for future generations, if possible?
This may sound super funny, but I'm generally not religious, and I don't, I don't like these stories due to their accuracy. And some people read into them as like, oh, this is the truth, but a lot of like Bible stories. It sounds as funny as not being a religious person really at all. Because I think there are a lot of
good morals, and
I think there's a lot of good like moral lessons, and like, some things that happen to certain things that show, hey, you do good and good things happen to you, or, have a positive outlook. Things may turn around on you. I think a lot of those stories, offer good value in that of like, hey, here's a story of the history of man and things like that. Just not looking at them of like, okay, yeah, this actually happened. Like, no, like they're fables, but like they teach good principles about the things. So yeah, it's weird, but that's probably one I would definitely bring along.
And then as far as, you said stories and what?
Stories history? Or knowledge?
Knowledge. So knowledge, I would start preserving as much history, specifically wars, any information dealing with wars that I can. I'm a huge believer that if we don't learn from our mistakes, we'll repeat them. And I don't really want to see them go through world wars again. So I would try to preserve all that information.
It'd be funny if like at the end of the world, like it's like, all right, let's go talk to the village elder, and it's Joe. Like, let me tell you about the history of man. Like, one year we fought the aliens for the 12th time. Like, bro, I don't think that happened. Like, no, I remember it. I remember it 12 times ago.
Well, it all started when a gorilla at the zoo got shot.
Harambe. And he like takes off his hat.
Harambe.
Did you see
drink out?
The whole Tucker Carlson went and interviewed Vladimir Putin, and it was in that question when he's like, "Why did you invade Ukraine?" And someone changed the translation to say it all started in 2016 when a gorilla at the Cincinnati Zoo got shot. I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Hashtag Harambe.
Yeah, crazy in that thing as a response to where Putin was like, I should have invaded them earlier. Like, oh my god, yeah, you're a great human.
Dude, I don't even care about any of that, right? What I care about, everybody in our country saying that Tucker Carlson shouldn't be allowed back into the country because he interviewed Putin.
Listen, we talk.
I'm like, are you serious? Like, First Amendment means nothing to you.
No, I get it. But we talk about shills. Like, hey, there's some things that you shouldn't do on YouTube because you're going to come across as a shill. That's a good way to come across as a shill for a different country. That's a good way to do it. And maybe your intentions are pure, and maybe like we have the same situation. Like, maybe our intentions are pure, but if we do this, we're going to look the wrong way. And thumbs up on executing that.
I don't even care. I just think it's funny. If we have people are taking that stance.
Yeah, if we have to tiptoe like way on like.
I'll talk to whoever the hell I want to talk to when I want to talk to them. Why? Because I live in the United States.
You're also Joe, right? You're right. You're not like, I don't know, someone who's a questionable. Okay, yeah. Anyway,
so a question. This is interesting. So Maurice Barlow says, "Hello, may I ask a question, Mr. Walsh? Do you hate Spirit Systems plate carriers still? They offered me a job. Thank you. You rock." Look, Maurice, our individual feelings towards people at the company should not affect you or job choices. If you like the job and the pay is good and the benefits that they're offering you are good, if it works out good for you and your family, do it, man.
Yeah, I say a big reason why we don't like them now, we call them spitting raisins, isn't their gear, it's the people that we dealt with. And if you're over there, then they're great people over there, and maybe that'll change.
Yeah, and they haven't put out a new plate carrier since 2019, so they definitely need some new employees to make something new. Yeah. So maybe
that's awesome. Dude, keep them posted if you get hired over there. That'd be so cool.
Yeah. The dude has a good reply to it. He says, Maurice Barlow, take the job. They need at least one non-dickish employee.
I was trying to church that up.
It would be funny if they were like, if he comes in there, like, it helps him make the new thing. He's like, oh, I love those TLD guys. And they're like, no, they're jerks. Like, no, you're the jerk.
He's going to be hated, dude. He's going to be hated. Don't say you like TLD. Don't.
Yeah,
maybe like after a year, then put up like one of our patches. That would be hilarious.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I like Zach's comment. He's like, no, it's the gear. He's just still salty about the thing 1, thing 2. There's still people who comment on that are angry. That are like,
that you cut it.
Oh yeah, like I can't believe you said this was crappy. And I'm like, well, they don't make it anymore, so I think they agreed.
Yeah, because that's the way to show that something raging hit and to not make it anymore.
It's so good, we're not going to make it anymore. Mm-hmm. They still make the thing 2, I think, though.
Do they? I don't know if they do. I think it's perpetually out of stock. I'm gonna look. And so I like Crook's comment. You want to click on that?
Crook said, "Well, the public-facing attitude they have and their drip release model is why we hate spitting raisins."
Yep.
If you have a drip, now I guess I do give Shaw. I give Shaw a little bit more grace for the drip release model than anybody else, but I probably shouldn't, because it's horrible. If that is your business model, is to do like product drops randomly. Like, I don't understand how a company like Faro, after being established for years and years and years, still does product drops randomly on a Friday afternoon at noon.
I don't even care about any of their gear or the drop system or anything. I didn't have a dog in the fight until they were spineless and went behind your back to somebody else at SHOT Show saying that they wanted to punch you in the face. Like, either do it or say it to the person or keep it to yourself. Like, I hate them, and I've never said I want to punch them in the face, right? I want them to say that around us, so then we can be like, all right, well, let's get to it then.
That's not what Joe would say. Joe would say something inappropriate for the 3-year-olds that are listening.
Yeah.
Joe's the kind of guy who would just shove you. Like, if you were saying something mean, he'd just shove you into a clothes, like at Walmart, something. There's all like, there's like shirts,
the clothes racks.
Yeah, the clothes rack. He'll just shove you into it, not say a word. Be like, I heard that. It's like, okay.
Maurice says, "Thank you, you guys rock. I will take the job, and I will like you guys. You are cool."
Yeah,
just don't tell them. I'm being serious right now. No joking. Don't tell them that you know whatsoever, dude.
Because we don't want. We also don't want our experiences with somebody else jeopardizing your career.
Right. We don't want you to go through that.
Yeah.
Maybe a year or two down the road when you know everybody and you're cool.
Yeah.
Because then we'll send you a hoodie and you can wear it to work, because that would be amazing.
I will 100% send you. I will send you.
They'll be like, "Who's Timothy?"
You'd be like, "Why are you wearing that Thin Line Defense hoodie?" Like, "Oh, this is my buddies." Like, they sent it to me.
Yeah, these are my friends.
They signed it for me.
It's that good luck of spitting raisins.
Gave me a cake. But it is a great opportunity, though. So really do take that. I think that would be a really cool stepping stone.
That's awesome. Keep us posted, though. I'm super excited for you.
They don't have to be a stepping stone. I don't want to say it, but they are a well-established company that's doing some good things that would definitely be good for your career. So don't say no to them. I think that's a great opportunity.
And they, honestly, we've talked about some of their products on the channel before that are really good. We've done reviews on some of their products that are really good. So
I think that also made us go ahead.
I was going to say, don't let our biases or our opinions affect how you're going to live your life, man.
Dude, Zach says, I don't think they know they're called spit raisins. And I think that's the thing that made us the most mad, is because I said 100, 200 nice things about them. There's other products I reviewed that I really liked. The other products that we thought were really good. Some things I still use to this day. But the moment I had something bad to say, it was a problem. I should have fallen back in line and been going back to having something good to say.
Yeah.
They didn't care.
It was like, you don't have the right to have that opinion.
Yeah.
Right. You're not cool enough to have that.
Well, and it wasn't until I had something negative to say. It was, hey, this guy's saying he likes our stuff. We're not even going to engage with him at all. Not going to read what he has to say. Not gonna have anything good. No engagement at all. But then the moment there's anything negative, it's a problem. So, yeah, that's just a way you
threaten you behind your back.
Yeah. Coops is in the house. What's up, Coops? He says Thin Line Defense hoodies should be mandatory.
Right.
I will wear the hoodie forever. Like, I will. I mean, I could get you a hoodie. I just don't do it at the beginning. Yeah.
Wait 6 months at least.
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah.
I'll get you one.
Get established.
Yeah. It'll be
we could probably get you a custom one that has your name. It says
right. That's a proud member of TLD, Maurice.
Top fan, like the star that Facebook does. Top fan of TLD.
I was gonna do something like so. It's different. So it's like it's kind of our logo, but it says like "Win Wine with Fence," and like it's like no, it's different guys. It's a different set of guys.
It's
just some artwork of like some cartoon dude on the back just spitting out raisin into a trash can.
The dude, he says, Maurice, get Spiritus to start their own T&E program and invite us all to take over.
They do a pretty good. They do a T&E program. I think they just do it because they're so close to the bases down there in Georgia that they give it to other Army members. That's why lots of people guys who come like swinging around like this is great gear. Anyway. The guys like the little privates who got free gear that Wednesday, and they want to like no, I want to tell everybody how good this thing is. Like so.
Anyway,
whatever.
We've given them way too much time on this. Like,
Maurice Barlow, TLD super supporter.
Yeah, go.
Play the long game of TLD trolling.
It's the long
That's
game.
where the wizard was born.
It's like awesome. Like Maurice is like, I don't want to work there, but I work there just to annoy them for TLD. He's like, yeah, he actually.
And I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, he's actually one of ours. Like he's great. Like we love Maurice.
We have an insider threat into their company. Anyway, all right.
Yeah.
I do have
What's the question? That's only one
question. The question was, what knowledge and stories would you prioritize preserving for future generations, if possible? I'm with Walsh. I mean, I am a religious person, so religious stories are something that I share with my kids currently. It's something that I try to use to instill morals and to try to highlight good things about society and about people in general. So I agree with that. I also am a fan of history. Man, and it's
Sorry, I was just saying
by Zone. See you, buddy. He says the lady beckons. Oh,
right.
That reminds me, I haven't seen Shadow Man tonight. He hasn't been dropping dollar bills on us. Thank goodness. Tactical Job, what's up, friends? What's up, dude?
What's up, buddy?
I don't know what else I would want to preserve.
Art.
Yeah, art. I can see us like, let's get some fine art to show everyone.
Dude, I would I would want to preserve some Van Gogh. I'm a Van Gogh fan.
I guess so. Like from the history of it all, like I guess. But like, am I gonna go? All right, Walsh, then it's your job to go get it. Like, never mind.
Yeah. They'd be like, if you ask me anything, I'd be like, I don't know. They'd be like, what is that? That is Starry Night by Van Gogh.
Yeah.
When was it painted? I don't know.
Like, did he? Is it watercolor?
When did he live? I don't know. I do know
before or after he cut off his ear. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, he did?
Oh my gosh!
You're making things up. Like you're the history guy. Like, no, I don't think that
happened. No. But he painted with his toes.
The guy that does the he's known for that canned soup painting. Waldorf, Andy something.
I'm lost.
Yeah, Joe's the history buff. He'll tell us. Like, if he doesn't know, he'll make it up. Like,
go ask Grandpa Joe. Yeah, he'll make some crap up.
It's like Andy.
Brooks says, "I'd be all
Dr. Campbell's
treasure."
It'd all be Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage and National Treasure movies.
Remember when we were doing? I still love those when we were doing the.
I love those.
Blurry face thing every time. It's like Nicolas Cage again.
Andy Warhol. Except for Adam Sandler, that was good with Agilite.
Oh yeah,
that makes sense.
Adam Sandler, okay, I guess that makes sense. When should do more of those? The blurry faces annoys me. Whatever.
All right, next question. What constitutes the true quote unquote end of the world? Is it complete annihilation? Are we talking societal collapse? Like, what do you envision for the end of the world? Like, what does that look like to you?
Go ahead, Joe. I'll let you take this one first.
The end of industry is what it looks like to me. So if factories are no longer factoring, does that make sense?
Excuse me.
Like, Things aren't being made in factories anymore. That's what constitutes the end of the world for me.
Yeah, I think Joe's on.
Because that's when we have to. You have to fend for yourself. There ain't no more Walmart. There ain't no more stuff. That's awesome.
This is the Van Gogh painting for you, right? Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's starting with the Waffle House.
Van Gogh.
Yeah, that's the original. They took the Waffle House out so they could.
Yeah, so the new one's called Starry Night. That one's called Drunken Night.
Yeah.
I'm with Joe. I think when factories stop producing, that's the end of the world.
And I'm with you. I think the small. I think that's going to be the precursor. To me, I think the precursor to that is actually going to be the governmental collapse. So when the government either by the power of the people or from something happen is no longer functional. So there's no longer like police, there's no longer fire service, there's no longer anybody coming to respond in the case of something happening.
That's almost where we are now.
I think there would be complete bedlam at that point. Like, okay, you can just go into Walmart and we're going to be walking around with like me, the four of us loaded out in gear, night vision rifles, everything else. And we're taking what we want and we're walking out and no one's saying a word about it. Like that's probably the precursor of like, hey, no one's coming to save you. And we are now fending, like Joe said, like we are now fending for ourselves. And I think that's going to be that, like, okay, we've reached some end times where a reset time.
I think we're there. Yeah, and I'll share a story. In Portland, 2015, 2016, there was a dude hopped up on, Ironsight might be able to remember the story. Some dude hopped up on drugs, butt naked, down at the waterfront with a samurai sword. The cops showed up, tried to talk him down. He wouldn't drop the sword. They shot him 5 times with beanbag rounds. Still wouldn't drop the sword. And so the only other thing that they could do was use deadly force. And of course, they're a big anti-police city. So the chief of police, who's also the mayor, basically said, if you get to a point where you can use deadly force, or that's the only other option, you can walk away. And so that's what the 2 cops did. They just left. And then you look at like what happened in Seattle in 20, whenever Chaz or Chop was happening. Like we've progressively seen in some of these coastal cities where it almost seems like it's anarchy. Like there's so many police officers that have left Seattle PD. The average response time for a 911 call is like 45 minutes.
Yeah,
it ain't gonna make it. And it's interesting.
Did I tell you guys the one for me? I think I said it on the live chat when that girl showed up at my front door.
No, I don't think so.
I didn't. So I'm watching football months ago. Watching football. Bing bong. Get up, answer the door, and there's this very young teenage, like late 11 or 12, maybe very young teenage girl, crying her head off, saying, "My mom's trying to kill me." Like that's what I opened the door to. So I grabbed a gun, stepped outside, got in between me and the girl, like the girl in the street, called 911, and they're like asking me a bunch of questions. I'm asking the girl, she was like 12, her mom trying to kill her, what she said. And they're like, "Okay, we'll call him back if anything changes." And they hung up. And I was standing outside. I'm like, okay, so now what? So now the parents are going to be driving around looking for their daughter, and they're going to see her on my porch, and they're going to get out. And if I'm not letting them to the girl. I don't care if she's lying or not. I don't care. At this point, I'm going to take everything she says of the gospel, and you're trying to kill her, and I'll put you down in my front yard. So I'm like, what do I do? Well, I take one of the cameras that I have, and I take it inside my house, so they're video evidence, and I bring her inside. And that's what I decided to do. But I had to wait around an hour until they showed up. Cops showed up.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think some people were talking about in the comments, I think the dude was talking about how 2020 showed how fragile it is. And I will say, I think that was a bit of a wake-up call for a lot of people to have more self-sufficiency, even I think amongst our team of like, hey, I'm somewhat good at, I'm somewhat good at firearms. I'm going to get really good. Hey, there's some other skills I need to have. Hey, I need to get in better shape. I need to be able to run 4 or 5 miles at a just, hey, we need to go run right now. That's what's happening right now. So I think we did have a pretty swift mindset change amongst the TLD team for sure. Cody maybe not so much. Cody, he's just gonna be a support guy. It's fine. We just
he has horses, bro.
Yeah, true. Okay, yeah.
Like he doesn't have to run, and he's got meat if it gets that far.
Yeah,
like
it's true.
He's in the best. He's in the best spot out of all of us.
Hey, someone fill me in on what I only got to see some bits of the story, and Croak's commenting on it. What happened with the shooting at somebody with the acorns?
Someone posted it in. Where is it?
I've been busy working that APOC video, the APOC review. I've been super slammed.
Body cam shows. This is the YouTube title. Florida deputies shoot an unarmed man after mistaking fallen acorn for gunshot. So, from what I gathered, and someone's gonna correct me, guy was, I believe he was handcuffed in the back of a cruiser, and like had been searched twice. Acorn fell on the cruiser. Apparently, it sounded like a gunshot. 2 cops unloaded on the cruiser because they thought the guy inside was shooting at them. I think they shot the guy twice. I think he lived. But yeah.
That guy is going to get so much money. Like could you imagine like waking up from I would wake up from my surgery and just be like,
dude, yeah, funny. And what I want to know, because I know I'm going to be he's what do you guys call me? A sovereign citizen. But I want to know what you're doing in the back of the car in the first place. You know what I mean?
Sure.
If he just flipped off the cops and they took it personally, when that's a form of the First Amendment, and they throw him in the car and then they shoot him, I don't know why you're in there.
Croak says the backstory: the wife who called on the domestic told the cops before the arrest that he had guns with silencers and stuff. Cop was a West Point grad, had been deployed. Oh, Ironside says the suspect was not shot. I read that he was shot twice.
Did you imagine unloading two guys unloading their pistols into the car and hit nothing? Like just be sitting there like
nothing.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
They could just do a Colorado cop thing and just park the car on the train tracks.
So he was not shot. He was patted down twice. So the cops had him in handcuffs, patted him down twice. Now, I've been in law enforcement almost 14 years. Like, I've never seen it personally, like with one of the folks that I've been in control of, but I have seen videos of people that supposedly have been searched that have drugs or guns or something else found on them when they go to jail. So that's not dude
crazy. In the interview room in the jail, pulling out that gun and offs himself.
Yeah.
Unalives himself.
Dude, Doc Cypher, Stormtrooper Accuracy Challenge. We talk about $1 million T-shirt ideas. Like some people sometimes like talk about that guy who took off the airplane and it's like fly like he stole it.
Yep.
If you, I'm telling you right now, someone is going to make that cop car, and they're going to make
do it right now.
And they're going to make that
cop car with a bunch of holes in it.
Yeah, and Stormtrooper,
and then have a guy in cuffs, like wide-eyed, standing next to it, and it says Stormtrooper Accuracy Challenge.
Like we are not joking. As in, whoever makes that, I bet you will be $1 million. We're going to see that T-shirt tomorrow. It's a question of if someone from this live chat's going to make it or not.
Croak says cop reloaded a Glock 19 3 times and his female partner put half a mag into the back of the cruiser too.
Dude,
Ironside said it's the new Scared Straight program.
They put you in a cruiser.
Yeah, Scared Straight.
They put you in a cruiser and they have all the crappy shooters aim at you like they're gonna hit everywhere but you. So just don't move.
Prepper Book Club says that this would be a good video. Record acorn sounds against gunshots.
Yeah.
Oh, you could do that right now.
Oh my god.
You could like just.
Dude, there's so many. It's unfortunate.
Like, this is the sound of an acorn falling, and then you just find one on the internet, and you're like, "This is a sound of gunfire," and it's you at the range. Acorn, like
you sit there like
gunfire. Hear the similarities.
Gunfire, acorn, gunfire, acorn. Like that's it, guys. Have a great day.
But see, that's just what's mainstream right now, right? You can get lost in the internet and you can find both, right? I find good cop video and I watch them and I like them. But you can find so many. Like, did you guys ever see the the lady here in Colorado, she had dementia, and she tried to walk out of Walmart with like $11 worth of item or something like that.
Dude, look at this. Sorry. It says ATF reacts to latest threat, and it's ATF at like a squirrel's house
with acorns.
Squirrels eating.
I'm telling you, the Stormtrooper accuracy challenge. We will see that on a shirt. Sorry, Joe. Go ahead. Keep on.
Well, long story short, dude, she tried to leave Walmart. They stopped her. She dropped all the stuff, so she didn't technically steal. Cop trying to pull her over. She's walking down the road. He ends up beating her, dude, and like breaking her arm and all kinds of stuff. Like, yeah, it's like she's sitting in jail for 2 hours with a broken arm while they're on camera watching the video, laughing and like hearing the pop. Yeah, you saw that? That was here in Colorado, dude.
Yeah, I think that lady got a ton of money, or a family suit on her behalf.
Yeah, I'm sure. Did you see the one where they paralyzed that guy? Dude, they've done so much stuff over nothing. That's my thing. If you're running from you just shot somebody, you're running from the cops, I'm going to be on the cop's side. Like, yeah, okay, you're in a wheelchair now. Don't shoot somebody and don't run from the cops. You're an idiot.
But like, someone says, like, get down on the ground, and you're like, what did I do? And then they snap your neck. You're like, right. Whoa, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh,
Barrel and Hatchet has the acorn drill on Twitter.
Oh my goodness!
Can
we play it? Can you just like load up and play it?
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, love to the Barrel and Hatchet guys. So we'll pull up their stuff from Twitter. If you don't follow them, please do so. They're good dudes.
All right, let's see if. Let me back this up. The acorn drill. Oh, that's that is awesome.
That's pretty good. I do like that Tuapre, like whenever he does he's one of my favorite one of the First Amendment auditors. Usually I hate those auditors. They have an air of just like arrogance about them. I get it. Yeah, it is a right. And they're definitely just being a turd and using their rights. It's fine. It's just not as enjoyable as Tuapre when he does it. But same thing, some cops will just lose their mind over him just purposely. Like he's like, I'm not allowed to touch this microphone. Okay, thanks.
Yeah,
like, you can't touch it. Like, oh, I'm not touching it. And he's purposely making them mad, and then they get irate, and then the other cops are like, dude, that's funny. Like, and they'll say to them, like, yeah, that's pretty funny. Like, I like what you're doing.
Yeah,
I get it. You're in your old thing, and it's funny, and I'm getting annoyed, but it's funny.
He had to pay a ticket. And so what he did is it was like $179 ticket.
Oh, and pennies.
He dropped it off, and he folded everything into origami pigs, every dollar, and put it into 2 donut boxes and came in and brought it. And that's the cops were coming out, like taking pictures, like, dude, this is amazing. Yeah. Like,
that's hilarious.
You have 187 origami pigs.
Yeah,
like, you have to admire. Like, if each one took 10 minutes, like, come on, that's pretty amazing. Oh, it's good.
Golly. All right, so we have 2A news.
Was there one more? Was there one more good question? I don't know. I guess you can save for next week.
I only had the good ones. Yeah, I only had the 2.
Oh,
but we have 2A news. So put your 2A news caps on.
Just Joe's
talk about Second Amendment news and updates.
I don't know if we're back. I do love this part because
I'm still not back.
No.
Oh, we're back.
Oh,
are we? You can hear me? Yeah, I'm just looking at a black screen.
Welcome.
I don't remember this. Oh, there we go. I'm on stage.
It's kind of sort of better than StreamYard.
Yeah, kind of sort of.
I do love this. I have to say, I say it's probably every week. This is one of my favorite segments because we really just give everything over to Joe and be like, all right, Joe, teach us about all the 2A news from this week.
I didn't watch a lot this week because I got mad. I'll be honest with you.
This is one.
Now, you getting mad is also entertaining.
Yeah. So Croak says, so the KC parade thing will go down the memory hole soon. For those that haven't been following Kansas City, they won the Super Bowl. There's a big parade, and there was a shooting that happened at the parade. An AR was not used. It was like 2 thugs So that's what Croak's talking about. It's just going to go away. Yes.
Yes.
Back.
I didn't know
the guy with the big head.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you saw me back there. Was there? And I had seen something about it. Was there any motivation behind that? Was it football related? Was it just crazy people? I heard there was 2 shooters. So usually when I hear there's 2, I would assume there's more than just irrational morons.
I don't know. I just see the headline: police confirmed that the Kansas City shooting was a dispute between several thugs, including 2 juveniles.
Oh. So
gang violence.
Gang violence. Yeah, it's not even.
Call it.
How can we even report on this?
Urban response. Yeah.
Urban dispute.
Urban. Yeah. Okay, sorry, Joe.
No, dude, I got mad.
Okay.
Well, Colorado is jumping on the bandwagon of trying to ban assault weapon finally. And they're taking the playbook out of California and Washington, just naming off a whole bunch of guns. So
it's just weird for California.
It's gonna really piss me off. I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. I don't want to move, but guns are life.
I could feel like I think we just all pick a state. Like we kind of go with the rest of TLD, see where the best play. I'm telling you, maybe Tennessee sounds pretty sweet.
No, dude. No.
The dude says Camirado.
Yep.
Yeah. Doc Cypher. I think I was saying some people were injured and hurt in that. Yeah. The fact that all those people were used as, just shot indiscriminately because of a different dispute between 2 people is just not acceptable. That's just horrible.
Because they like different colors.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but yeah, that's absolutely crazy to be like, oh, we're gonna meet you at this parade and we're gonna take you out, and everybody else, we don't care about them. It's just like not caring about your fellow man is just something where the brain, like, I don't understand how your brain can just break in that way. Like, it's one thing to make fun of other companies and make fun of other people, but in the end, like, you want to work for the survival of others, not like, well, I don't care about anybody but me. Like, okay, cool. That's how they feel about you. And then get upset about that mindset too. Like, nobody cares about me. Like, yeah, man, you did that. Like, yeah, whatever. Soapbox over. Sorry. 2A news.
Yeah, so that's it. I'm hoping to God with all of these, like, especially Hawaii doing their craziness, like, that's not the Aloha way. I'm really hoping this is going to force the Supreme Court to take one of the cases.
I'm kind of surprised why they haven't.
Because I know, dude, because they've said it, right? I don't know, Heller, maybe. I don't know what the decision went, but in common use, right? And they already ruled that Taser, like 200,000 of them being sold, was in common use. Mm-hmm. They've already ruled that. Like, there's more than 200,000 ARs just in this state. I guarantee it.
So what is the ban?
You know what I mean?
Fill me in on what the ban does. Is it like...
Oh, same, dude. They name off all the gun, AR, AK, blah, 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 blah. And they name off 50 different guns. It's just like Washington and California, that they're all banned. They're all banned.
No, they're banned from like future purchases, or is like anything retroactive? Because that's the piece
I don't think it's retro, because they can't do that. Like, most states know that they can't do that. Obviously, besides, what is it? Is it Illinois?
Well, to me, it's like, but then
they're idiots. But
it would take at least 2 generations, like at the minimum, 2 generations until you start to see even.
Yeah, they don't care about that. They know that it's not going to fix it. They know that nothing's going to happen. They don't even care about that. They just care about taking away rights. That's all they care about, dude. So it's same with the magazine ban. It's same with everything else. Like, I'm so annoyed at the entire situation.
One of the things that Washington Gun Law brought up, I think this was a week ago, February 9th. So a week ago. He talks about how this is the challenge to Maryland's assault weapons ban. It looks like the Fourth Circuit, it's not for sure, but he says it looks like the full panel is going to affirm the ban. And Second Amendment Foundation decided to cut to the chase and ask the United States Supreme Court to accept review now. So they kind of they're trying to force the Supreme Court's hand. And and this might get assault weapon bans before the Supreme Court faster than anything else that we have.
No, but even then it could take years, dude. And then after that, we saw it. We're seeing it now. Is that the states don't care about what the Supreme Court says, and they're going to do whatever the hell they want anyway. Like,
yeah. In the meantime,
I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of it. And we should be no joke. Like, we should be able to do class action lawsuits that if you blatantly disregard constitutional rights, you have to pay like every member of your state. It'll quit this, dude. It'll stop this. Like when you just spent half your budget on paying every member of your state $10,000 because
making stuff up,
because you stepped on their constitutional rights. Like that's the only way to hurt the people in pocketbook.
Vaping Grandpa says also pistols with threaded barrels.
Yeah, it's all the scary attributes.
But and I think it's just so funny that and the laws are interesting because they have to be enacted and have to be written down, and then like, okay, cool, we're just going to change all of our barrels out to non-rifled barrels. Like, oh, like yeah, congratulations. Like what is like you said, what did this accomplish? Like you have some arbitrary list of so and so, but we didn't bother to like what are we doing for mental health? Like I'm the first one to tell you that a lot of veterans come out of the service like every one of us in TLD has been in military. We've all had to deal with our own mental stuff that like the military does not do good things to the brains of its soldiers. Like it does not. So if people aren't going to get help or going to get stuff done, yeah, that's a problem. But nobody seems to care about that. And so there's none of that written in there. Like, hey, we're going to start doing a veteran outreach program. Like we're going to use them for,
No, it's not even the veteran that are doing all this stuff. Dude.
No, agreed. But it's even
they're barking up every single wrong tree that they can just to make it happen. And I'm over it.
Yeah, and I'm definitely not saying that veterans are a problem, but I'm just saying it changed. It's the perspective, like that whole like let's just go down this whole idea of like, hey, is mental health something we're actually addressing? Because the answer is no.
Yeah,
right.
This is Zach Fett said the politicians should be going to the courts first in order to get permission to infringe, not us having to appeal to the courts after the law is enacted.
Yeah,
I 100% agree. And I think that if they blatantly disregard and step on our constitutional rights, that there should be repercussion to it. I honestly think that there should be some type of criminal code against it. And if you violate that, you're out of the office, bare minimum, dude.
Yeah, it's
bare minimum, you're out and you're not reelectable.
Is this like if someone came in like, hey, we made a new law where you can't use the bathroom inside? It's like, can we get this in front of a judge? Because that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Yeah, in 2 years.
Know.
And everyone's just,
guess what?
Everyone's just peeing all over
now you can't. Yeah, peeing all over the place. But you know what the crazy thing about that is? None of that given in the Constitution, written down in the Constitution. Right, true. A God-given right. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
this isn't. Yeah. Croak says the politicians hate the courts and the Constitution on both sides.
Yeah, because they make everything. They undo everything that they're trying so hard to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
So now they can make law faster than we can rebut it.
Now, I think that's the crazy
So they make a law, then it takes 2 years to rebut it, and then it takes them 3 months to make another law. Look what New York's doing.
Yeah, even with the ATF, even with the rules that aren't laws or whatever, like they made a whole rule, did the whole review, and then changed it the day before, and like, oh, whatever, it doesn't matter. Like,
well, it's not a law. It's not a law. Okay, well, what happened if I violate it? You go to jail.
Because you broke the law.
What?
Like, what law?
Yeah,
like,
because
a rule.
What law? You said it wasn't a law. You said it a definition.
I broke a rule. Not all. Yeah. I do want to laugh about the peeing thing today. I'm going to name them because I thought this was ridiculous. I went to Chipotle today with the wife, and I went to go use the restroom, and there's a keypad on the restroom, and it says this is only for paying customers, and you have to use the code on the bottom of your receipt. I'm like, oh, that's frustratingly annoying. So I go over there and I type in the key code, and it doesn't open. So I was like, all right. So I do what any hot blood American does, and you just keep typing in that code until something happens. Eventually, the keypad turned off. So then I did it on the women's restroom because I was like, well, I'll just be a woman today.
I'll pee in that bathroom.
I also broke that keypad. So now nobody gets to use the bathroom, and that's the lesson we learned today. No one gets to use the bathroom because I broke both the keypads.
That's funny.
Dude, there's a Popeyes that just got put in my neighborhood, and it's like the first Popeyes I've seen. I know it's not the first one, but it's the first one I've seen in Washington State. In order to go to the bathroom, you have to tell them. They have to like buzz you in. Like there's a buzzer underneath.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah, and it's like,
that's ridiculous.
Dude, where do they think?
I would teach them a lesson. Like I would.
It's not even their fault. You're getting mad at them. But how many junkie have they had in their bathroom shooting up? And if somebody died in their bathroom, then their family is going to sue the living pants off of them.
Okay.
It's where our world has gone to.
Yeah, I would I would get buzzed in, just wreck it, and then who did that? Like I did that. You buzzed me in too. Like, did that help? Did that help you? You feel better now? Yeah. Either way, no one at Chipotle is going to the bathroom. They're going to be angry once they go to use those keypads.
It just timed out in 5 minutes. They were back on.
Yeah, sorry. Black Clouder 11. I haven't seen you comment before, so welcome. Says, look at California wanting to make you pay to register your guns yearly, like registering your vehicle. Each gun is a new registration.
Ridiculous. Yep. And then they always bring up vehicle, but vehicle aren't a God-given right, and they're not in the Constitution.
And we still don't understand why every silencer you have to pay again. Like you have to go through the process again.
Yeah, like you have to do it on the same two that you're buying on the same day.
Yeah.
Like okay, we checked your fingerprints and your background. You're good to own this, but we got to check it again to see if you're good to own this one.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure.
Okay, so here's a question for you guys, because for those that don't know, when you buy a suppressor, you have to turn over for each suppressor. You got to do the $200 tax stamp. You got to do 2 fingerprint cards. So when I went for each one, yeah. So when I went and turned it in, my gun store was looking at my fingerprint cards, and they were like, "Oh, the middle finger on whatever hand, one of the hands, it's like kind of smeared. Like we don't know if ATF is going to accept that." And I was like, "Okay, well, what should I do?" Like, well, where'd you get this done? The local police does it. Well, the ATF cashed both of my checks. Mm-hmm. So does that mean that they looked at the fingerprint cards and everything's good?
Nope.
Do you think so?
Nope.
No, they took my money.
Yeah, they
took 9 months from now, they're going to look at my fingerprint cards probably, and they're going to be like, "Ooh, nope, this one's no good. Cancel."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And even though you have 3 others sitting in the same deck, right? And multiple on file.
And that's
multiple on file.
I like Silencer Shop so much because you go to the kiosk, you upload everything, and it's just all in one like data file. And you basically like you do it one time, you take a picture one time. Like if I were to go buy something right now, and they're like, "Okay, we'll take care of you." They just file it all and then it's done.
Yeah, the weird thing with Silencer Shop, I've used them one time, and I haven't used them since then, because if you go onto their website and you look at the one suppressor that I bought from them, it shows that I never received it.
I think that's probably just their system, because at one point they transitioned. I think when you were doing that, dude, they had transitioned into like there's like a new. Okay. My FFL was talking. There's a new like back end they were using. There's a way you could probably call them and have them update it. I think one of mine says it was, and one of them says it wasn't. One was paper and one was digital. So I think that's part of why it is. But I think it's better now that, I mean, if you do paper and you get it, there's no way for them to update their records that you picked it up. They would just assume your FFL has it.
Doc Cypher says, "You guys really aren't selling the suppressor thing to me. Got to get a weapon worthy of one, but the whole process seems like a forced patience wait." Yeah,
dude, I don't have a single one. I'm not sold either.
They're not worth $1,000. They're only worth $1,000 because there's a perceived value and rarity of owning one. I bet you some of those are 3D printed. The production costs of some of those are mostly $100.
Well, I'll tell you this, like, I'm not going to say which companies, and I don't know if all of them do this, but there are some companies, a suppressor company at least, that has said, "Oh, for influencers, we would give you 50% off."
But yeah, and I've heard that too, and that means, and just to put in perspective, Vortex, just for military, does 40% off. So that means their profit margin is still exists with 40% off, saying they still make money. Now with silencers and influencers that may be like they're giving it to them at cost or something, so maybe it really does cost that much money. But like think of that in terms of optics. Like that means at a 40% price increase, they're still making money. So like that's kind of crappy.
So Zach Fett says, "Why does that sound like Huxworks? It wasn't Huxworks.
No.
Maybe they do. Maybe they do, but
no.
that's not the company that I was talking about.
I would be like flabbergasted if a silencer production wise costs more.
Dude, I'm just gonna wait until there are no laws anymore or nobody to enforce them, and then I'm gonna start making my own, and then I'm gonna go get some cool ones.
Well, it's just that
that's
they're not
my
that
plan.
Good. Like they're not that good. They for like a long range rifle, they add additional recoil. They really just take the sound down to a more manageable level.
Right. I like them. I won't argue that. I like them because, like, especially like going out and shooting prairie dogs. Holy cow, dude! Amazing. We're shooting prairie dogs at 200-300 yards, and we're running suppressors. So, like, none of the other prairie dogs know what's going on.
Yeah, like a 22. Yeah, like a smaller game, like a 17 HMR you have, or like a 22. Yeah. Oh, that is probably the most fun you could possibly get. And a 22 with a silencer, I've said it many times, would concern me greatly as to what you're doing with that.
Dude, have you shot the 5.7 with the suppressor on it? That's amazing.
Jason, don't you have one?
That's amazing.
Do you have a 5.7 can? Or a can for 5.7?
No, I don't. Oh, do I? Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
A 22? You have a 22, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work in a 5.7.
Oh, so put that comment Croquette up.
Oh,
you just had it.
Here it is. Croak said there are files out there for nylon 3D printed cans that have done over 2,000 rounds for about $2 in materials plus whatever QD system you want to incorporate.
Yeah, so that means it's illegal system, to make them.
That means this QD system that costs $50 that you could just 3D print, burn it up, take the QD system off, put it back on the new one. So I mean, $60.
I know when I was. Like I think I talked about this last week or the week before. When I was leaving my gun store after I did all the paperwork, the lady was like, okay, well, these have been taken about. And I go, nope, don't even get my hopes up. Yeah. I'll see you in a year.
See you in a year. Just, and that's just so annoying because like there's a new whole electronic program. There's like, oh, it's going to be 90 days. Like, well, how did you manage to make it be a year again? Like do you
remember when they were like the SBR, the Form 1 SBRs were coming back in like Reddit was like praising some lady that was like, I forgot if it was a name.
Yeah, I forget that name.
Yeah, it was like Rebecca or something.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah, there's somebody that like
they probably fired her.
That probably did. Because you're
like, you're doing this too fast.
Yeah, that's not how you do it. You don't just put someone.
Yeah,
it has been a year.
And in my opinion, a right delayed, right denied.
But that's the whole point.
And shall not be infringed. They're pretty darn specific.
Your favorite,
and you having to wait a year is definitely an infringement, in my opinion.
This is the best comment.
The worst part is having it be the older version by the time you get it.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. Yeah. You'd be like, man, I wish they did a lighter weight version of this, but I'm just going to order this one. And they're like, attention, everyone. The lighter weight version has been released. Like, oh, my God.
Yeah, and yours is still in jail. You haven't even gotten the heavyweight.
You're at day 3. You're like, oh, I'm a year out. Like, just paid $1,000 for the old one. Now it's on sale. Yeah. Like, great.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a cheapskate. Like, all my suppressors have been purchased at stupid discounts. Really, really good discount. The latest ones was the buy one get one free deal that they had going on with the free muzzle device. So,
was it hard to get like those all to come in? I think it was a couple years ago, like 2021, 2022, that it was really hard to actually get the buy one get ones to come in. It was like 6 months wait to get those to show up.
I could check, but I want to say it was. Yeah, it was longer than what I thought it was. It was through Huxworks, but it was through their mill discount program. And I want to say, I don't know, man, from the time I ordered it to the time it was at my gun store was probably 6 weeks.
That's not so bad.
Yeah.
Because then were you able to start, because you could start the form process. No, you have to wait till it shows up, don't you?
Yeah, because you need the serial numbers.
Yeah, so you have to wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and just know that, kids. Like, you have to wait until it's in hand.
That's why I was so excited about Texas, and I hope they keep going with it, dude. I hope they keep going with it. Remember that was something that I had told you about years upon year ago, the interstate commerce, and that's how the feds get their finger in everything. In Texas, with like, well, if it's made in Texas, sold in Texas, and remains in Texas, you have no say in it. Yeah. So they're like, so stamp it, made in Texas. As long as they don't leave the state with it, you could just go down and buy one. Like, that's the state I want to be part of, dude. Like, that's the government I want to be part of.
Besides their like schools, infrastructure, roads, and like anything worth anything. But yes, other than that,
tolls everywhere. Toll.
Like there's just.
Are there a bunch of tolls in Texas?
Oh yeah, tons of tolls.
Is there?
The roads are horrible.
The
schools are like almost as bad as Louisiana. Like,
well, I don't care about schools. I ain't got no youngins.
Yeah. You just get old enough to be like, all right, you kids are done with school. Let's go to Texas. Be dumb.
Yep.
Go be smart in a different state.
Yeah.
Who cares about roads?
Yeah, that's the one thing. I don't like the climate
in Texas.
Yeah. Flat and hot and muggy and
you can sunbathe and wear a parka on the same day in Colorado, and you're like, I hate weather in Texas.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, you got just
100%. No, we have awesome weather. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? We have phenomenal weather. Yeah, we have weather changes, but like in the summer, 90 degree, but you step into the shade and at 80 with a nice cool breeze. Yeah, I'll take that any day.
Mm-hmm.
Then a hairdryer blowing in my face. Like, remember Mountain Home?
Oh gosh,
dude, you roll down your window and it's hotter. It's like, how did it get hotter if I roll down my windows? This is stupid. It was like an easy bake.
Reginald, welcome. Says New
Hampshire.
Is that where we're going? Hey,
is that where the hobbits live?
Who's the hobbits?
I think so. The hobbits.
Hopping
hobbits.
The Lord of the Rings.
Not those guys.
My precious.
Feet.
Hey, real quick before we start running out of time, we got a little bit. I want to let everybody know the APOC video for defense mechanisms. We put a teaser out today. Jason and I did have an opportunity to look at that. It's interesting. Just a little bit of backstory for you guys since you're on the live. We'll tell you kind of some stuff that happened. The APOC is marketed as a patrol carrier, and even in some conversations I had with defense mechanisms was one of those like, hey, we don't know, Walsh, if you're going to be a good candidate to, you'll be able to show this off properly because it's more aimed towards police and law enforcement. I was like, okay, that's fine, totally. I just may need some. My plan was to go take it to some local law enforcement guys and actually like see what their thoughts were. But once I saw the APOC, particularly when we're seeing some things over in Ukraine about how they want so much more frag protection and just the scalability. I think it's a carrier you guys are all want to take a look at it. It definitely surprised me and Jason both. It's probably my number one realistic carrier I'd recommend to somebody with an unlimited budget. It's a little bit more pricey. But
yeah, I don't know how much it is.
I think it's like $354. It's a little more for it's really more for like a career. Someone using it for a career, but it's also, I mean, some of those carriers, it can get way more expensive than that and give you a lot less features. So
Joe,
it's
the MSA Paraclete if you took away all the things that suck about the MSA Paraclete.
Like, oh, nice.
So like
that'd be cool.
Placard.
Yeah, dude. Like that's no joke. That's my tank build.
Yeah. This is
like,
this
hey,
is the
we're stacking up and kicking in doors. Like, we need to get from this village to the next village. I'm wearing what you normally see me wear, right? Yep. But we're going to be in that village for 10 days kicking in doors. I'm wearing my tank setup. And my tank setup is like a Paraclete.
And that's the craziest part about it is like you could scale it up. So you could be like, hey, Walsh, you're going to be up on the ridge, but obviously don't wear nothing. So you could be wearing 3A or wear level 4 plates, or like, hey, we're going to go across the mountainside, take the plates out, still be running stuff, have frag protection, or just have it as a chest rig. It's one of the rare few that you could scale up and down and just use it in everything and not need a ton of different setups. Like, oh, I have a different chest rig. Like, nah, man, use the same thing. Like,
yeah.
Switch out hunting stuff. Yeah, whatever. It's really cool. So I highly recommend you check that out. And then there's a fun one we're doing as a reminder on Sunday. I'll be talking about the placard setups from Defense Mechanisms and the classes that I'm going to be going to. If you want to come out to it, there's some that Jason's going to be coming with too. I think from Jawless Hog. I think we're working those dates still. So there's one he's going to come with to me. So it's just going to be me on the DM one. I think Nate from Your Favorite Libertarian is coming out though. Yeah, so it'd probably be me and Nate that'll be out there. So if you guys want to come with, that's an opportunity to come over, train with us, do fun stuff. I need a partner, so Croak or the dude come with, and then we can try to beat.
That'd be so much fun for somebody, dude. That'd be so much fun.
You get Maurice Barlow.
Like, go if you have the time and you have the money, go.
Oh yeah,
just go. Like Walsh is serious. Get with Walsh. Send him an email.
So I'm going
and go.
I'll tell DM that we're going to partner up, but because I mean, me and Nate may partner. If no one's going to come with me and Nate will partner up, but it'll be fun to do a little WWE. We'll battle against them.
Dude, that'd be fun.
Yeah, be a good time. So that's on Sunday. So you get two good videos this weekend. That's why I've been dead lately.
Yeah, cool guys.
That's why we don't have freaking patches.
No, you have the patches.
Joe's responsible for the patches. Another YouTuber, just build carriers out of 3-inch double-sided hook and loop. Makes most plate carrier modularity laughable.
Yeah.
Hey, dude. And then I want to run steel plates with ceramics on the outside. So then if you penetrate the ceramics, I still got my Claymore.
You said penetrate.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining our pegging video.
Yeah. Appreciate it, guys. So last minute around the room. Any last words before we close out?
Nope. Just thankful for everybody. This is all awesome. Thanks for joining us for live chat as always. Hit us up on Discord if anything. Otherwise, we love all your comments. If you see rude comments,
let me do that.
Make
Discord
sure
link. I'm gonna get a Discord link.
If people put rude comments on YouTube videos, I love it. I will love you forever if you just put your favorite type of sandwich. So if they say something mean and you just say your favorite type of sandwich.
PB&J.
I just like
grilled cheese and tomato soup, mofo.
It's like a string of responses with nonsense. Like, oh, that's my boy. It's like, here we go.
Yeah.
Sweet guys. Well, hey, we appreciate you being here. As always, we are here every Thursday, and we will catch you guys next Thursday.
Matching waifu, Danny. Matching. We'll wear matching ones.
Matching waifu.